Hello everyone and welcome to the Willow Witch channel. So we are doing a tarot reading today for our Aquarius love check-in, and you're welcome to watch this video whether you are a Aquarius sun, moon, or rising sign, or if you're cross-watching for someone else with those signs, or if you're just curious. You don't have to have Aquarius in your chart to be with us here today. So if you found this message, if you were drawn to this reading for some reason or another, or it popped up and you clicked on it and you don't even know why you're here, I think that you're meant to receive some sort of message in this reading. So that could be you, but welcome to everybody, whatever you are coming here today for. I hope that you are able to find a message in this reading. So we'll go ahead and get started. I've got two tarot decks that we'll be pulling from today, and we'll start by shuffling and pulling from this Journey of the Sacred Bee Tarot. So interestingly, I almost never get this energy in tarot readings, but I have like a nervous, shaky energy, which doesn't really feel like mine. So if somebody is feeling that way, I am definitely tapping into your energy and just gonna send a few calming, deep breaths your way. Nothing wrong with sharing some energy, but somebody's spirit guides just needed to send that confirmation out to somebody watching this. So if for some reason you are having some nerves, maybe around something to do with love, there definitely might be a message here for you today. So definitely encourage you to hang out and watch. Okay, we've got the World card coming out first. That's beautiful. We have 10 of Wands. That is the oppression card in this deck. And then we have 8 of Discs, which is the 8 of Pentacles, which is mastery. So don't worry about this oppression card. It is surrounded already by 2 absolutely beautiful, encouraging cards. So, oh yes. And then we have the Hanged Man. It's the Hanged One in this deck. That is number 12. Absolutely love that card. I always resonate with that energy. And 3 of Pentacles, effort. Getting a message to look at the bottom. Okay, yeah, so we've got the 2 of Discs, 2 of Pentacles card, and the Chariot. So 2 and 7, getting that those numbers might be significant for some people here. Let me just make sure that you guys can see all of this okay. Let's see here. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, so interesting, right? I did check the focus before I started this reading and it was on, and then I just looked and it was off. So yeah, really interesting things kind of already coming into this reading. Maybe we've got some not only nerves, but like there's like a lack of clarity going on around this connection or this love interest. Or even if you're single and looking, maybe you're kind of feeling just like a lack of clear direction of where to go next and how to meet someone. I mean, yeah, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. So in this deck, this is it's the Find Balance card, and in this deck, it's the Change card. So really interesting messages there, different ways of interpreting the cards too. Yes, okay. The throat chakra, so some communication, potentially issues. It's interesting, right? Because, okay, and with the Tower. So with the throat chakra, sometimes when it comes out, it can symbolize that there are issues communicating, and I did just have a little hiccup, so that is a confirmation for me that that is true for some watchers here, that there have been some issues communicating, whether that's on your side or your person's side or both. But Yeah, okay. Well, let's see what else comes out, and I'll kind of see what messages we get and go from there. All right. Tower. We've got the share the love card. This is the Three of Cups, and then the Simply Love card, which is the Six of Cups. Really beautiful. Let's take a look. Okay. So we've got the Empress Nurture card on the bottom of the deck here. So I'm not going to keep all of these cards in the reading. I just got the message to just show this to you. For me, this is really coming through strongly. Actually, the Empress card normally doesn't come through like this, but in this deck and in this moment, this is very much like a spirit guide nod to you. So you might have a spirit guide who kind of looks like this, but especially with this like sun halo around her head and this white that almost like looks like wings, and she's holding this light. I'm definitely getting a strong message of like comfort and nurture from a spirit guide, or somebody, maybe for somebody here it's someone who's crossed over, who's watching after you and wants to send you that really strong message of comfort. And I'm getting the message too that they want to bring some clarity, and they want to help be a bit of that guiding light. And yeah, they want to offer that assistance. So definitely getting the encouragement to encourage you to turn to them for that comfort, nurture, and advice and guidance in your own life. And I'm getting like tingling on my scalp, so definitely kind of a nod from the spirit guides here that's the message. And now I feel relaxed, so great, thank you. Cleared some of that nervous energy. So okay guys, already so much going on in this reading. Thanks for coming along the ride. So just to kind of tell you how I tend to read for this love check-in reading that we're doing for all the signs right now. So when I pull these cards, I usually use the bottom cards as a bit of a clarifier when needed for the top row, but also as a message in their own right. And your central message here is, I usually read it as the two middle cards of the deck is kind of your central message coming through. And it's really interesting, and you've probably noticed if you've watched a few of the other readings for the different signs too, is that we often have a major arcana that comes out in this central position. So, and I feel like this Eight of Pentacle cards here is really, really important for you. This Mastery card. So I am getting that strong message, especially with, so these white flowers here are giving me kind of that like link to the message from your spirit guides that we also just saw, that there's a strong message that like you can master this, right? Whether that is you're struggling with maybe some like emotional roller coaster, emotional turbulence sort of feelings, if you're going through, I'm getting kind of like that message connecting to the throat chakra here, that maybe that there might be somebody here that you're either the person that you're involved with or interested in, or somebody else who might be involved in the relationship somehow. So whether that's like a parent of theirs, or like maybe somebody who still kind of has some energetic ties to one or the other of you, like an ex or something like that. Maybe if you or your partner have children with a past partner, and there's like some emotionally charged things that have been going on at times, and have been kind of challenging with like challenging communication and that sort of thing. And yeah, especially with the Tower card, I'm getting that this might be linked to something that happened perhaps in the past, even if it was a while back or the more recent past, however that resonates for you. But something that, typically in the Tower card, we see a building that's crumbling after being hit by lightning. It's a quite sudden upheaval, can, really rock our world, right? But at the same time, it's generally viewed in the tarot world, at least, as a necessary transition. And sometimes, it might be a transition that we go into unwillingly or it comes as a surprise. But when we are past it, when we've healed, or at least when we've gotten some perspective and we look back, we realize that it needed to happen and that it eventually does lead to a much more authentic path for us to walk. And whatever crumbled because of that Tower experience was not part of our path anymore. Okay, so that's the message that's coming through pretty clearly from your guides here. And I'm getting that, these almost feel like stepping stones to me, and that, yeah, especially with the colors. So these are like the primary colors, right? If you think about it as like, painting in grade school or something like that, if you had that experience as a little kid, you can like learn how to mix the different colors. You mix yellow and blue to get green, and yellow and red to get orange, right? That sort of thing. And it's kind of like one of those, I don't know, it's like working with limited tools maybe, or what feels like limited tools, but realizing that you can use them in this, as you kind of like learn and progress, you're realizing that what you felt like was limiting to work with, you can actually like paint the rainbow with, right? Like you can do anything with. I mean, you've even got your like white and black here, from your spirit guides offering their help there to give you different shades, different light, ways to lighten the colors and darken the colors. And yeah, so maybe somebody's a painter here and that's really resonating. So interesting message. It's really pretty. I like that visual a lot. So I like that interpretation of the card. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to put that down for now and move on to some of the other messages coming through. So really interesting with these two of Pentacles kind of framing your reading. So I'm getting kind of this like protection sense from these. So there may be a lot of change going on right now, and I think that you're either kind of struggling or you're being encouraged to, keep and find that balance. If things feel like they've gotten out of whack, out of balance a bit, your guides are sending you that strong message to kind of focus on that, so if you've got your love interest, right, and you've also got, maybe this challenging situation that you or they or both of you are dealing with in your, lives, yeah, a lot of this message is a lot of these cards are kind of reinforcing this message with like the world and it's like stagnation here and oppression and like even the family kind of appearance here. I'm definitely getting some strong messages that there's probably a lot going on, right? Whether it's like children or extended family, or I don't know if you're a teacher, right, and your job is really busy right now, or you're not a teacher but your job is really busy anyways, like all of those things, those life things that can bubble up in our lives. And sometimes just we have to put one thing on hold so that we can focus on getting through something else. Like the Ten of Wands, in typical in a traditional tarot deck, we see this, person with this big bundle, this big heavy bundle of sticks, on their back, and they're hunched over under the weight, and they're walking up this really steep path, and their destination is, a ways in front of them, they can see it, but they just have to keep like putting one foot after the other, and it's slow going and it's grueling and it's requiring a lot of like grit, right? And it feels a bit like maybe there's a burden, or there's just overwhelm, like, too many, it would have been okay if like they had to carry half that bundle, right? But like double that, and then suddenly it's like it's a bit too much. And so that's kind of the sense I'm getting from this oppression card, is there's a lot going on, and that it's challenging to find balance, right? Like in this card we've got these 6 different kind of like life areas. It's talking about like love and romance and commitment in that way. Here's a baby and a little like papoose, right? Here's like, I kind of think of this as like your free time and what you do with that. This is like, to me, this is like getting out into nature, this rose here, or maybe it's like passion projects, that sort of thing. We've got studies, we've got, maybe that's like work, we've got like going out and having a good time with friends, all the different things, right? Maybe this is I'm gonna leave it there. So anyways, but yeah, it's hard to find balance in our modern lives. Like there's a lot of demands and pulls on our time, and it can be hard to find that time to kind of getting this like share the love and simply love message, right? Of I feel like this is kind of like anchoring your message here, because these are the only green colored cards that we have that have come out, and green to me is always like it can generally be kind of that like grounding message. So even though these are cups cards, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting from these here, is that like this is kind of the come back to earth, simplify. There's all of this going on, out in your world, right? But when it comes down to it, like the most important thing in our lives, that I think most people would agree with, maybe not every single person out there, right? But I think most people would agree that love and our love connections, whether that's in an intimate partnership or with our family or our friends, our soul tribe, our children, our pets, our plants. But love in all its different forms, right? Like that's what truly brings joy and meaning to life, and that's the legacy that we leave behind, is those those bonds of love, right? And so I'm definitely getting the message of effort is coming through, but also the message to kind of slow down. So this Hanged One message, this Hanged One card is the Hanged Man in a traditional tarot deck, and then this Effort card is the Three of Pentacles. And so really interesting, right? I mean, this is like, sometimes we can interpret this as a change in perspective, especially with this like bee, with this, it's kind of a weird, slightly gruesome image if you really look at it. It's interesting, but it kind of like almost like shocks you into, it's like those fairy tales, not Disney fairy tales, but like old fairy tales that were told in oral history, where there would be kind of this moment of like something kind of startling would happen, and it would be almost like gruesome, or it would kind of like shake you awake, and it's kind of like that, almost like that slap in the face that wakes you up and really makes you pay attention and listen to the message in the tale, right? So I'm getting that is necessary for some of you here. If that resonates, take the message. Again, any message at any time in these readings may or may not resonate. If it doesn't resonate for you or your situation, just leave it be. It's meant for somebody else somebody else's energy, right? So there's a lot of people who can access and watch these readings, and it is a general reading, so not every single thing I say is going to resonate or be relevant to every single person. So definitely don't take on any messages that don't feel right for you, okay? So if they resonate, great. If not, don't worry about it. So, but I'm getting for somebody or some people here that kind of this almost like slap awake is necessary. And your guides are laughing because like they adore you, right? Like they think you're like the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, literally they like made a special like appearance at the beginning of the reading to tell you that like they're here and they want to be this guiding light, and they're, have all these warm and fuzzy feelings towards you, right? And but also it's like, a good parent it's they're being funny, but a good parent, sometimes has to like startle their child into like getting, the message, right? So not in like a mean or abusive way. Please do not take the message that way. It's not at all how it's coming through. It's more of that. If you've ever heard of like the Japanese slap, it's look it up, Google it. It's very, very interesting as like a kind of like a teaching mechanism in the Japanese like traditional culture. And that's kind of so maybe somebody resonates with that or has grown up having that experience, but it's like, it's in the most loving way, but it's also like, hey, like for your own good and because I love you, I need you to like snap out of it. Don't stop behaving in this way, or like just listen up and get this message, right? So, okay, that's a lot there. So if it doesn't resonate, again, just ignore it. But all right, so this Hanged Man card, the message that is coming through very strongly is that it's really important if there's a lot of other stuff going on that's got you like in a tizzy, right? Got you kind of running around or really kind of just like anxious and preoccupied and, overly focused on just one area of your life out of proportion to everything else going on in your life. That's also really important. Slow down, right? You're putting a lot of effort in. People can see that. Like nobody is faulting you. Nobody is like, there's like good vibes here, right? But for your own benefit, for your own like enjoyment of this life and being able to, kind of bask in the love that is present in your life, because I definitely see that there is very much love present for you here. Really important for you to slow down and find that balance and, spend time here, right? Where it feels like good and nurturing and loving, okay? All right, that was a strong message. So to kind of conclude here, I just think it's really interesting that we got the Chariot underneath this Two of Pentacles card. So, to kind of end your reading with the Chariot there like that, which is obviously a major arcana, and it's essentially like success and movement forward and even like quick movement forward, right? So we've got the World's card here to begin the reading, the Chariot card here to end the reading. Excuse me. And so with these two major arcana cards, also framing a reading, right? We've got the Two of Pentacles, and we've also got these two major arcana cards. Not only is that message of like divine protection really enforced for me here, but I'm also getting this just like really successful, like I feel like you're going to complete this stage of difficulty, of challenge that you've been having to deal with, and you're going to do it so successfully, and it's going to be pretty swift. It's definitely a major kind of like evolutionary stage in your life is what I'm getting, or like a phase that you've been maybe having to really take those steps and come into this kind of like mastery and rebuild and, you know, learn to refocus and find balance. Like a lot of lessons, really important, like transformative, like lessons going on there. So, yeah, sending you so much power and strength, and really happy that you do have this love in your life. And if it's not, you know, resonating in that way right now, then your guides might just be, you know, having this kind of come at the end of the reading. Maybe it's a future thing that's coming into your life, okay? But yeah, sending you so much love. Beautiful Aquarius reading here today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up on this video. It definitely helps my channel to grow and reach more people, and also helps me to keep doing this, these readings for you. Same thing by subscribing to the channel if you would like to get notifications of future readings as I post them, and also show me support and help this channel to grow. Definitely go ahead and press that little bell icon at the below this video, and definitely would love to hear any feedback. If you'd like to leave a comment and share your story, or let me know if you enjoyed the reading, I would absolutely love to hear from any of you. Yeah, so I wonder, I am curious to know if and what resonated. But what I meant to say was, I hope that you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope that you come back to see me again soon, and I can't wait to do another reading for you. All right, take care and have a wonderful day or night. All right, bye-bye.